G'day everyone, Yoda here at the beautiful Grattan Field again, and Chad from Extreme Hobby on the camera again.
Hi everyone, good to bring this presentation to you.
And we're flying the new free-wing Flightline Spitfire, the 1600mm version. We've had 3 flights so far and it's really nice, I'm really enjoying it. And we're testing it out quite well today because there's a bit of breeze around, it's quite gusty, there's a few thermals, and it's handling it so well. Again, we're flying off grass, it's handling it nicely, it's got a beautiful retract undercarriage system, good suspension, it's well balanced, it's typical tail drag, you need to watch that it doesn't tip forward, especially when it's on rough ground, but a little bit of throttle management, a bit of elevator management sorts it out nicely. Plenty of power, great wing loading. Today we'll film with this one here, it's got a 6200 battery in it. And I've moved it back a fair way, guys. You know, their CG is correct, so don't jam it all the way forward. It's a little bit nose heavy and you will have trouble getting off grass. Flight time's 8 minutes set on the timer, and we've got consistently 35 to 40% left in the battery, so plenty of time up there in the air. Great fun, let's go and fly.
I might just quickly make a note, if you don't mind, Yoda, about the
Sure.
decals on this model.
Yep, the decals. You'll notice the one we're flying today, there's no decals on it. And Flightline have done this for a good reason. They allow you to pick and choose between a few different designs. And we've decided not to put anything on it until we decide what we're actually going to do with it. So it's clean skin at the moment. So enjoy it, guys. Righto. So throttling up. It's I don't hold too much backstick, just a little bit, just as the throttle comes up. We'll get it moving. Keep it straight, look at that, it just climbs away so easily. Very small movements, it's got great authority on the ailerons, heaps of elevator. I'll come right off the throttle now, we'll do a slow pass to start with. So that's down at about quarter throttle. And we'll just come through for a nice slow pass. Beautiful. And that's quite a bumpy day and it's handling it so well. We'll climb away on full throttle. It's got great performance. We'll come through for a fast pass, right to left. Gets wound up for a full blade prop. Beautiful, very crisp handling. Well balanced. Ailerons work beautifully. And that was my dumb thumbs, only just had to touch a slight little bit of down and I put too much in it. It actually is very balanced upside down. I'll just roll inverted and hardly touching, maybe 1 mil of stick to hold that. Roll out. Great flying characteristics, good looking model. It's nice and large, but easy to transport. It doesn't have any adverse yaw or any issues coupling with ailerons. And we've just followed exactly what Flightline Freewing have recommended for throws and also for mixing with flap. I'll come round into wind in a second and we'll put the flap on and you'll see stage 1, stage 2, there's no change in pitch. So I'll come round We'll get the wings level and we'll come through for a half throttle pass. Okay, stage 1 flap coming down, stage 2 coming down, and no pitching moment whatsoever. So follow the instructions, guys, set it up the same. You don't have to make any changes at all. That's still with full flap out. It's just a big gentle baby, it's beautiful. So we'll get the flap away, come around. It's very predictable, beautiful flying model. I'd even go far as saying it's a park flyer. You could fly it in a small field, no problem at all. But equally at home at any field, because it's a nice big model in the air, looks great. The retracts operate so smoothly, and we'll do a gear pass for everyone to have a look at them coming down, and then I'll do a touch and go, one stage of flap for the touch and go. So I'll hit the retract switch, and as I come around for a pass into circuit, you should see them starting to come down. There they are. They look beautiful. Okay, and we'll go one stage of flap and we'll come around for a touch and go. Very minimal control needed, and it's got a little bit of exponential on every surface. I'll just bring it in. Typical warbird, big fan on the front. Oh, a little bounce. Bags a go. That was just, it slows down incredibly, doesn't drop a wing. Might have another go at that. Okay, we'll have another go at a touch and go. There's the retracts down. We've got one stage of flap on. I'm right off the throttle now. Just let the speed bleed off. Beautiful. Heaps of rudder authority too. You see that just try and screw around there in a bit of turbulence. And it's no issue, it's got so much rudder. A really nice setup altogether. That's just cruising around at half throttle. And like I say, we're getting 8 minutes plus circuit time. You could do 3 or 4 circuits and still not run the battery out at 8 minutes. We have been using 5200 size batteries, and I've got a 6300 in there at the moment. The weight difference is not troubling it whatsoever. That was full aileron deflection at fairly slow speed, so it's got plenty of authority. Beautiful. An absolute winner. The whole Flightline range flies so well straight out of the box. I didn't build this one, Mikkel did. He put a quick video up the other day, and I believe it wasn't very hard at all to build. It was very, very quick. There were no issues with it. We're going to put one together as well, ourselves. We'll get back to you and just make sure that there's nothing we need to talk about. But I'd say you'd be down the field flying within about 20 minutes to half an hour. Most of that would just be setting your radio gear up. They do make it very, very easy to fly a beautiful handling scale model. Beautiful. It's got no tendency to tip stall. How about we take it up and just prove that point? We'll take it up, come into wind, and we'll slow it down. So this is no flap, and we'll get it nice and slow. I'll just keep pulling back on the stick, wings level, full back stick. There it is. And it just rolled off, and all I had to do is just release pressure and it flew off. So it hasn't got any really bad vices. It does what a proper aircraft should do, and that is actually go into a spin at full backstick. But it hasn't got any nasty tendencies at low airspeed. That was virtually stopped in the air when it started to spin then. Climb away from slow. It's more than adequate. It's ridiculous. I'll just slow down again and we'll go and see if it spins the other way this time. Yeah, so it's so balanced. It'll just pick its way which way. It'll go left or right, so it doesn't favour any particular wing. A lovely machine. I'll do a gear, get the gear down, single stage of flap, being a little bit windier. And we'll come around for a landing. What a fun machine. Beautiful. Well guys, see Extreme Hobby, see Chad, put your order in because they're about to hit the shores soon. So what a great machine. 6-cell battery, heaps of fun. You can swap your batteries out from your EDFs, so you don't have to go and buy new batteries, even better. Can't recommend it more highly. Fantastic.